This video will give you the basic idea of vector. This is very important because in physics we will deal with vector quantities, and the way we do the calculation for vectors is quite different. So, vector is a quantity that has magnitude and direction. Examples of vector we can see here, it's a velocity, acceleration, displacement, force, momentum, impulse, electric field, magnetic field, etc. But scalar is a quantity that only has a magnitude. And we can see the example here: mass, time, speed, distance, pressure, energy, temperature, electrical current, luminous intensity, the amount of substance. So we can draw a vector using an arrow as a symbol like this. So remember, arrow is a vector, and the arrow has head and a tail. So don't forget to draw the head of the vector, because that will tell you the information of the direction of your vector. However, there is also another representation of an arrow for a vector pointing toward us and a vector moving away from us. If we have a vector pointing toward us, we can draw a circle with a small dot at the center. So we can draw the vector pointing toward us like this. But if we have a vector moving away from us, we can draw a circle with small x inside the circle. Like this. I will give you some examples to show the difference between a vector and a scalar. Now I will use the example between the distance as a scalar quantity and a displacement as a vector quantity. If you have a ruler and there is an ant walking on the ruler, now if the ant is walking from 0 to 10 and then goes back to 6, we can say that the distance traveled by the ant is 14 centimeter, but the displacement here is 6 centimeter. So the distance is the total length of the path taken by the ant. But the displacement is a vector starting from initial point and ending at the final point. So if the ant starts from 0 and then moves to 10 and then goes back to 6, the displacement vector is starting from here and it ends at here. And you can see the magnitude of the displacement is 6 centimeter. Now, suppose there is a boy running at the backyard. And first, he runs to north direction 4 meters. So for example, he runs 4 meters to north direction, and then he makes a right turn to the east 3 meters. Now, we can say that his distance will be 7 meters, since this is 4 meters and this is 3 meters. So the total length of his path will be 7 meters. But the displacement of this boy is the vector starting from this point, ending at this point. And if you calculate the magnitude of this displacement using simple Pythagorean theorem, that you will get square root of 4 square plus 3 square, and you will get 5 meter. That's the displacement of this boy. And now the third example here. Suppose you are going to cross the river like this. And if you are using a boat and the river is very still, you will go directly to the opposite side of the river. But if the river flows very fast, then you will not going to this place, but you will end up at the different side of the river. Why? Because the velocity of the boat will be added by the velocity of the river. So the total of the displacement will be go to that direction. So here is the example of vectors, and we will see this example in more detail when we discuss about motion. Next, we will discuss the vector addition. But before we do that, I would recommend you to check these websites. First, you can see the website from University of Colorado. This is very nice website to do the vector addition. And second, this is also very good website if you want to practice for vector addition.